Good morning, everybody. And yes, it is actually morning when I'm doing this one today. Welcome, everybody, to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast primarily about knitting, which I do from my home right here outside of Lima, Ohio. I say primarily about knitting because we also do a lot of chatting and visiting and just having a good old time. Anyways, today's January 4th, 2022. Whoa. And this is episode 264. Now, I'm all over the internet. I am on, well, not all over. There's places TikTok. No, it's better if I don't get started. But I'm on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting, and on Ravelry, I'm Napier's Knits. But then we also have a podcast group called Naturally Kim's Knitting Podcast Group. And on Instagram, I'm knittin_Kim. Got a little bit to talk about today, not a whole bunch. So I might be going back to my, if I had a standard time. Um, I try to keep it around 20 minutes because I don't, I like to have a nice visit, but not really, outstay my welcome. I guess that's what I want to say, huh? Anyways, now I am an affiliate with two different places, Nitpix and Michaels. They're both crafting stores. Nitpix, I've shopped both of these for quite a long time. But let me tell you, Nitpicks right now, they're having a bare yarn sale up to 15% off when you buy in bulk. So if any of you have wanted to try dyeing yarn, or if you do dye yarn, I've used their yarn in the past. In fact, I have a sweater I'll be starting soon that was Nitpick yarn. I'll show that to you as it gets closer. I snow dyed it last year, and so it's got just has speckles of color on it. Anyways, the Michaels is having a mega clearance sale with up to 80% off of their items. Not bad. Check them out. Some of their yarn is buy one get one half off. I think they have some really good prices on their yarn, and I would say they both have very good yarn. I like both of them. I don't. I can't buy the high end yarn. And Nitpicks is middle range, and Michaels is middle and more affordable range. So hey, okay. I do ask that if you're going to shop there, if you could just go over to my show notes on ksnapier475.blogspot.com and click one of the links, then I get a couple pennies, just a couple pennies. But it does help me because some of the prizes I like to give are Nitpicks and Michael's gift cards. And so that does help me. Sorry, I scratched myself and I didn't realize. Anyway, so I mentioned how we have a Ravelry's group page. Sorry, my show notes are over here, so I have to look over there once in a while, and I also shake the thingy when I do that, so I apologize. How we have a Ravelry Group page, and on there we have Craftalongs. I call them knit-alongs, and I apologize. That's just because that's what I do. I knit. But they could be any crafts. Anyways, we just had the winners for the Knitting for Others. Excuse me. Sorry, that's our landline, which is my father-in-law's phone. Sometimes he answers it, sometimes he doesn't. But I don't pick it up for him because a lot of times it's just, sales calls or whatever. Anyways, so as I was saying, the winners for the Knitting for Others have all been notified, and I believe everybody's gotten back to me by now. I have one pattern to send out yet. But otherwise, congratulations to all those winners. Perfect. Beautiful items. I think everybody who received them should be very proud to wear or use your items or display your items. So, um, we have a continual, I say continual, it's one that flips over every other month, which is called Finished Objects Craftalong. And the December and January is going on right now. And that drawing will be on February 1st. All you have to do, take a picture of your finished object, post it in the right thread. If there's a pattern name, please put the pattern name with it, and you'll be entered in for the drawing. Now, the prizes for that are either a $10 gift card to Nitpix or Michaels, or any giftable pattern for valued up to $10. I gotta get rid of that on my show notes. I had something from before. Now it is a first. Sorry, I want to get rid of it now because I have a tendency to forget. First response gets first choice, and it was rather. I think everybody got their first choice this last time. That doesn't always happen because I have a gift, one Nitpix card, one Michaels card, and one pattern. And if we go above 30, then I increase one thing at a time. So, like if we'd have 40, I may say, okay, then I'm going to open up another Michaels gift card or something like that. Okay, now, so that's that one. Now we also, brand new this month, Craftalong towels and dishcloths. Now this could be any way you want to craft them, any way you want to at all. However, each entry does need to be either a towel or a dishcloth. Okay? Um, that's going to run, well, it started this month. Don't think I put it down there. It's going to be January and February with the drawing on March 1st. I was sure I put that on there, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, there it is. There it is. Now I see it. And the winners for this will also either get a $10 Michaels or a $10 Nitpix gift card, or any pattern up to $10. Now you may notice the amounts are a little bit lower now. I'm cutting back a little bit only because, like, for example, the Knitting for Others, I gave out I had 7 winners this time. 7 times 15 adds up. And I don't begrudge anybody for the hard work they did. But, I do have to try to make the hubby happy too. And I do that by, since I'm not getting much tutoring jobs right now, yeah. So that's what they will be for this time. Now, it may change in the future. That's why you need to keep watching. Sorry, I'm correcting things as I see that I did something wrong. And I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. There we go. So, anyways, yeah, those are our knit-alongs. And like I said, I love craft-alongs. I love the creativity that you guys have. So, anyways, that's why I love doing it also. Now, one thing you should know, you do have the opportunity to polydip. So if you finish a towel or a dishcloth, you can feel free to put that in the finished object. I have no problems against that. If there's someplace else that's doing a craft along, feel free to put the finished object in the finished object section. If it's a towel or washcloth with somebody else, feel free to use mine too. I'm pretty flexible when it comes that way. But once again, for these prizes, or for the gift cards especially, if you can go through my blog spot to redeem them, I so appreciate it. Now, I had something in my head, and it just left. Just that fast. Isn't that sad? Oh well. Okay. It's not coming back. So we'll see if it comes back in a little bit. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If there's ever anybody who would like to donate items, I'm always free for, I always welcome those. Let me put it that way. Anyways, winners always have within 2 weeks to notify me. However, keep in mind, it's, you know, first response, first choice. So somebody else beats you, and you don't, and you wait the 2 weeks, you're going to get what's left over. Okay? Okay. So I decided, since I've posted the January, February towel dishcloths, I ought to give you a heads up for what's coming in March and April. And I'm using the suggestions you guys gave me. And somebody suggested babies and toddlers. So we're going to do babies and toddlers for March and April. Yay! I like making baby and toddler things. I like to have a place to give them to. I don't know of too many babies and toddlers right now. But I am making baby blankets for the hospital. So, you know, that counts. That counts. So, do you guys, what kind of patterns are you going to be working on for the towels and dishcloths? And looking ahead, do you have a pattern that you've wanted to make for babies and toddlers? I'd love to find out. Yay. Okay, so what's on you guys' needles? Because that's what I'm getting to next. What kind of things are you guys working on? I know I'll see them when they're finished, but some of them take a while. So, you know. Well, let me show you. I have got another Advent sock that I'm working on. Ta-da! It's a leftover from one that I think I showed you last week. I think I did. But then I finished this one last week too. And so that's where the pink came from. So, ta-da! And that's going to go to my grandchildren. If I get 25 of them made, I'm going to start working on them for my daughter. Because I'm going to, she might be watching this, but I'm going to be surprising her. Because I loved their... I forgot what yarn I was looking for. And I was looking for a little teeny tiny ball, and it wasn't. So yes, I'm going to hopefully surprise her next Christmas. Then I am making some socks for the soup kitchen, as always, as I am like to do. And I told you last week I was not happy with them. So I ripped them out and I started again. Rather than starting on 2 needles like I usually do, I started these on 1. Which I don't like as much because it's kind of difficult. But that's the toe. And on this, I'm just started on the foot part. My yarn got mixed up. I had the yarn, the wrapper, right with me. And just as fast as it took me to pull that out, I now can't find it. Well, I know it was Premier, but darn, I did. I just had that. Oh, seriously, guys, I did. I was going to show it to you first, in fact, but then I thought, no, let's show the sock first. I didn't put it in here, did I? This is my carry-along bag. This is a nice size bag. I got this from someplace years ago, and I don't even remember. And I now put my headache pills in it. I put my, keys or whatever for whenever I go to the church or whatever. And that way I have my knitting, and I have all the stuff in the. I don't know where it went to. Honestly, I did just have it. I see another one. Can't get away from me that easily. It's Premier Yarns, wool-free sock, 235 yarns, 50 grams, that's right, because I had 2 skeins, that's right. 93% acrylic, 7% PBT. I don't know what that is, but it was a new print when I got this, and I don't know when I got this. Oh, I got this out in California, I think. Anyways, it is a fine yarn. It's they don't have a colorway number, do they? Nope. Color number 12. Oh, there we go. Color number 12, timeless. There we go. So, yeah, that's the new print. And that's the name of the yarn. Premier Socks. I got that at Michael's. And I do like this. I'm going to get more of this. Anyways, let's see. What should I look at next? I'm going to do it in the order of my list because otherwise I might forget things. So next, I'll show you this one. This one's farther along. My London socks. This was some of that Yarnaceous yarn that I used. And these are for me. And the Knitting Expat put out different yarns for different cities last year. And this was London. And yeah, I've made it. I think I've got enough for another repeat of the pattern. I was so afraid it was just like a basket weave. Basket weaves drive me crazy, and that's only because every baby blanket I made for years, I used the basket weave. So I got tired of it. Well, this isn't basket weave. It is a basket weave, but not your typical basket weave. And I didn't, and this was one of the Knitting Expats designs, only I did my heel. I like my heel. I like the ribbing on the back. And boy, I like for it to be a little bit longer. So I'm hoping I should have enough yarn for another repeat, and then I can do the cuff. Sorry. I am here today. I was feeling really with it and everything before it started. I don't know what's happened. Then I told you I've started a baby blanket for the hospital knitting. Knitting always takes a little bit longer, but I've had a lot more new pain in my fingers when I was starting to crochet, so I decided it's not worth it for me to crochet. So I've just found a few knitting patterns on Ravelry for baby blankets. Yeah, I have to block it. Well, I'm not finished knitting it, but sorry. And I have no idea what the name of this yarn is. It's very, very soft. It came in a big cake. Yeah, I don't have another one. And I know I don't have the sleeve for this anymore because I started making something else out of it and ripped it out. So, yeah, so I don't have the information on this yarn, but I'm sure I either got it from Hobby Lobby or Michaels. But so this is called Baby Chalice Blanket by Karen at S. Lauger or Lager. Not sure. Lauger. So there's that. I think I may have yeah, I already showed you the Advent sock I finished. This is all I finished this week. That's okay. So like I said, I'm just kind of whizzing along, even though I feel like I've spent half of this looking for things. Last week, I'd recorded this, and was it that afternoon or the next day? Sorry, arthritis pain in my toe. I turned on PBS News, and they were having an opening of a second time capsule that was found under the Robert E. Lee statue in Virginia. I am such a history buff. Whether it's current events, whether it's things that happened when I was younger, whether it was, things from American history or world history, I absorb it all. And so I sat here during the whole prepping and opening and the looking at of the materials that were in that. Oh, is there anything that makes you feel like wow when you see it? That I had no idea that was even on. It was actually a live streaming thing, and I went back to the beginning of it so I could watch it all. Anyways, is there anything that you guys come across that makes you feel like wow? Anytime I ask you questions on here, feel free to answer down below. I love to see what you guys have to comment on. And then on New Year's Eve, my son and his beautiful wife came for lunch, and just because, and because we that's when we celebrated Christmas, and we had, well, I say that's when we celebrated Christmas with them. We celebrated with our grandchildren, you know, via Google Duo. Oh no, we didn't. We did it with Zoom. That's right. Anyway, so yeah, so they came and we had leg of lamb and just a nice meal, and we have leftovers, of course. And they told us that we are now landowners of Scottish land. It's one of these organizations that, in order to preserve the land, they sell off little plots of it. Little, I mean, we're talking like not very big, but it's enough that we could say that we are Scottish. I kept saying we were lairds, but they said, no, you'll be a lord or a lady because we got to choose your pattern or your titles. I said, that's okay. I don't care. We own land in Scotland now. And if any of you have been watching me for a while, you know Scotland is like one of my favorite places. So bless their hearts. Yeah, I was very tickled by that. Had no idea. So that was so neat. They forwarded it to my husband, and I thought they were going to send it to me, but I didn't get it. So my husband needs to send that to me. Anyway, so we got to do that, and then I don't think we've done a whole lot more this week. I just lit my first fire in our fireplace. It's always been something my husband's done. But yesterday I sat here and I was freezing, freezing, freezing. And so he showed me last night. He gets it set up. He gets it set up whenever we burn a fire in there. And that way, now I know. Because you have um, your damper. Then we have a little thingy in the front, a vent in the front. And then I haven't turned the fan on yet. I will in a few minutes. Because ours is a heat fireplace. It's not a pretty, watch the fire. I can hear it crackle in there. But anyways, so yeah, we went from, when Ian and Rachel were here, we went from not bad weather. I tried to think of, I usually have to put my winter coat on in the morning because when Puppy and I go out, it's still cold. But I don't think I had to put it on the rest of the day until that night. Just a minute. Sorry about that. She thought she heard somebody at the door, but there's nobody there. She's my little watchdog, but sometimes she does it for a treat, or sometimes she does it to tell us our neighbors are home. So, oh, so anyways, so yeah, so we've got a cold spell again. We had a little bit of snow, more ice than snow, which give me snow any day of the week. Ice scares me. I've broken, I think it was just my wrist on ice once. I went out to get the mail, and I was all wrapped up and everything. Went out there to get the mail and lost my footing. It was my right wrist too, and I was taking, see, this is me. I go off on little talking tangents. Anyways, I was taking a statistics class at that time, lots of writing. There's always lots of writing with note taking and everything, but usually you can record things, but when it's math, it helps if you write it down. And I was taking music for elementary teachers, and we had to play all kinds of instruments. And so the music teacher was very understanding. We tried to figure out how I could get by without the one hand. It didn't matter. I wasn't going to be a music teacher, but if you're teaching younger kids, you need to know how to do this stuff. Anyways, then my statistics teacher told me if I needed more time at the end of our final exam, come see her. Well, even though I had to write left-handed, I was able to make numbers a lot more legibly than I was my, words. So, so I was able to get through that great, and I ended up with A's in both classes. I think they're just being nice to me. But anyways, that's been my week. I know it doesn't sound like a whole bunch. I do want to show this to you though. I am. There is a Christian show on. You need to get the app, otherwise it's a free program, and it's on the life of Jesus during his ministry years, and it's called The Chosen, and they're self-funding, so well they people have donated money to the cause, to helping film this, and they've got 3 seasons filmed. I'm sorry, they filmed the first 2 seasons. So the third season is just now fully funded, and they want to make 5 seasons total. So, anyways, I got my husband a shirt, then I got myself this, and it says The Chosen on it, and it's a hoodie, which I wore this out this morning, and it's a nice, comfortable hoodie. So I'm so happy. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's it. Looking around, blah blah blah. Fishies are okay. Puppy, as you heard, is in fine voice. So I think that's it. Anyways, I hope you guys feel free, comment, talk with me. I love hearing or seeing what you guys are up to. Um, anyways, yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I hope that all your craftiness is successful without any mistakes. But if you do make mistakes, I hope they're little and they're easy to fix. Love you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Love you guys. Big, big hugs. Take care and God bless. Bye bye.